Welcome to Grit After Hours. I'm Victoria Dennis alongside Meg Burgdorf. We're talking all things Paris Elite 16 recap, Mexico predictions, and also the Olympic race.
Yep. And following in trend with the City of Love, we're thinking pink in support of breast cancer awareness for the month of October. But Paris did not disappoint. It was a grit show on the men's side. Rounding out our podium was an all-European medal ceremony. Coming in at first is the Czech Republic, Perusik and Schweiner. They dominated. It was a close matchup against the Germans, Ehlers and Wickler. They came in as the number 2 seed, winning gold. It's their second gold here this year. Germany, it's the 10th seed. It's their first silver this year. But taking bronze was the Netherlands. Brouwer Muysen, our Olympic team. They started as the 13th seed, and it is their silver medalists of last year and bronze this year. To note, though, on the men's side, we had no Norway, no Sweden, no Qatar in this competition. We'll be seeing them in the World Champs for sure. Vic, how about the women?
All right, well, on the women's side, of course, Anna Patricia and Duda, they take gold. It's their 6th overall and 2nd consecutive golds at an Elite 16, following the Elite 16 in Hamburg. Klaff-Nuss take silver, and that's the 2nd time they've taken silver.
TKN is hot.
Yeah, they sure are, but they're hungry for that gold. That's the 2nd time they've taken a silver to Duda and Anna Patricia, and it happened to be back-to-back for them. Bronze for the women's side, the Netherlands, they take bronze, and they were last year's winners for
the Dutchies coming in bronze on both men and women.
Yep.
So something in that country is warming up for this Olympic chase.
They sure are. How did the rest of the U.S. teams play out?
So we had 4 men's teams for USA in Paris competing. Getting 21st in and getting knocked out of the qualifiers was Evans and Bundinger. They came in at the 14th seed. They lost to Netherlands in 2. Remember, that Dutch pair went on to take bronze. Schalkenborn came in at the 9th seed. They lost to Chile in 3, a very close matchup there. Winning their first one was Trevor Crabb and Theo Brunner, and they won against another Dutch pair in 3, but they lost to Austria in 3, giving them a 17th place finish. Our number 1 seed in the event was Miles Partain and Andy Benish. They fell to 9th. In pool play, a little bit disappointing for them, I think. They lost their first 2 to Netherlands and Brazil, winning their 3rd against Australia, which put them in the main draw, that round of 12. But unfortunately, they faced Codafava and Nicolai of Italy, and they lost their opening round of bracket play there in 2, 21-17, 21-16. So again, going home with a 9th place finish. Maybe a little less than desired, but they'll be back in action here in a few days coming into Mexico. How about the women?
On the women's side, Hughes Chang took a 5th. Scholes Flint took a 9th. That's a big time. That's a great finish for Scholes and Flint.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we talked about Scholes coming off that little bit of an injury at the late AVP season, and it seems that she's right up there, back in action. Doesn't seem to be too much of a problem.
Seems healthy to me.
Seems ready to go.
Yeah, she's fired up. Cannon Craft taking a 13th.
Yeah, absolutely amazing performance by them. Remember, Therese Cannon was playing with Sarah Sponsel. Sarah, an Olympian, decided to play indoor volleyball. We hope to hear from her soon on this show. But she partnered up with Megan Kraft. So Megan Kraft's partner, Emily Stockman, retired at the end of the AVP season from her professional career. So this new budding team, they came in hot. They dominated through the qualifiers and into that main draw. They had a little bit of trouble, probably not the overall results I want, but if you look at the scores, they're so close. They're going to be a team to watch out for.
100%. Their defense is gritty. I mean, they play disciplined defense. They work with Scott Davenport. He's a great coach. And you can just really see their system. It's steady. It's locked in. I think they did quite a good job at the service line as well. But, of course, it's that new team chemistry, new feeling. Okay, we always learn more from our losses than our wins. So they're definitely going to be looking at that film. And we expect big things from this team in Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we have another partnership, a new one.
We do. Alex and Howard. So Alex Kleiman coming off of maternity leave with her little baby boy. So cute, so exciting for her. But that being said, she's got that mama strength. She's back out on world tour, finding her rhythm. She was with Haley Howard here in Paris. The two finding the rhythm together, of course. It's the beginning stages, but we'll also see them in Mexico as well.
Yep. Congratulations, Alex, on coming back.
Yeah.
It's a great endorsement for everybody.
Big time.
Yeah, so back over to World Champs, kind of a prelude. So Mole and Storm are back, Sweden's back, Qatar's back in action. That's kind of some of our teams from the top 10 we didn't see in Paris. Mole and Storm kick it off for us on Friday, October 6th. They're the first matchup on the men's side in the Bull Ring in Tlaxcala, Mexico. Remember, there's 4 or 5 different venues in Mexico, and we'll be covering all the action as we move through that event. 48 men's teams, 48 women's teams showing up there. Who do we look for on the women's side?
Well, at the top, ranked number 1 coming into Mexico, Ana Patricia and Duda, followed by Ness Cloth, then Hughes Chang, Melissa and Brandy, and then we got Australia, Brazil, and Switzerland. And it's a toss-up. I mean, anything can happen at World Champs. You're saying there's a chance at World Champs. Anything can honestly really happen. And yes, we have teams rolling off of Paris, trying to create that momentum into Mexico. We also have teams that didn't play in Paris that are showing up in Mexico. So everything kind of coming to a climax here in Central America.
Yeah, I think it's amazing. And the fans, I can't wait to see the fans in that Bull Ring Stadium traveling around. For Team USA on the men's side, we have Partain and Benish, Schalk and Bourne, Trevor and Theo. And it's going to heat up. And like you said, it's anybody's opportunity. You can have a Cinderella story moving through because some teams might not have financials to travel, so often. And those Olympic rankings are starting to settle. We already see in the rankings that some of the teams have already qualified having 12 events. So that already starts to lock in those events. Again, they, shift each week depending on their results. But, some pairs now have those 12 events coming in.
They do. And a few I want to touch on the USA women also playing in Mexico, a few other teams. So we have 15 Scholes and Flint, and then 16 right behind them, Cannon and Kraft, and then Alex and Howard. They're at 38. They got in the door. They're there. But Scholes, Flint, Cannon, Kraft, 15 and 16, they're neck and neck.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an awesome showing. Again, you're not sure what any of these teams are going to do. We haven't seen Alex and Haley really perform bar one occasion. So.
Big time.
Yeah, so Olympic rankings, kind of provisional. They're posted every Monday and updated based on the events. Right now on the men's side, kind of top 8, Norway, Brazil, Italy, Germany, Spain, Sweden, Netherlands, and USA with Partain and Benish in the lead for USA. How about the women's side?
On the women's side, it's 2 Brazilian teams at the top, Carol, Barbara, and then Duda, Ana Patricia, Ness Cloth, Hughes Changs, Melissa, Brandy. Those sit the top 5 teams.
And it's exciting because we get to see a lot of these teams compete domestically on the AVP, always supporting Team USA, but also great competition. And it's going to be a 10-day volley fest down in Mexico. Can't wait.
It's a national holiday for them. It's a week-long. It's almost like Mardi Gras. It's like a week-long celebration if Mardi Gras is a week-long, maybe, right? Well, we should phone in Cloth and Ness. They would know. I'm sure they would know.
Hopefully they channel that inner spirit and take it down to Mexico.
Yeah, you never know. Well, that's it for this Olympic update, Paris recap, and Mexico predictions rankings. For you, Meg, what are you most looking forward to for Mexico?
I actually want to see some of these head-to-head battles. There were tons of matches in Paris that went 3 sets, and they could have gone either way. So I think it's going to be a fierce battle, especially on the men's side. It's anyone's game, and these top teams are extremely competitive. And I like the different layout that the FIVB and the volleyball world have brought with the Elite 16, Challenger, and Futures, because each Elite 16, it's a big shakeup and it's a big competitive battle, and it's who shows up on the day, and we have lots of days. So somebody could have a really good day, somebody could have an off day. You have teams coming right from Paris, traveling literally probably today, flying off. They won yesterday, celebrated, flying over tonight. Arriving in Mexico. Some teams are in Mexico, acclimatizing, you have some altitude. So it'll be interesting to see who peaks early and who kind of plays a little bit longer.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon.
with a lot of tacos, maybe some margaritas, maybe. Not if you're competing, of course, but the spectators. I mean, coaches, you're a coach.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys, for tuning in for our pink recap as we honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month here at Grit. Until next time, for Meg Burgdorf, I'm Victoria Dennis. Stay gritty out there.